Welcome to Chris vs. Marvel Comics for week 4 of October, here with the reviews of The Amazing Mary Jane #1, The Amazing Spider-Man #32, and Marauders #1. So starting off with Amazing Mary Jane #1, written by, let's see, somewhere here. I know it, why can't they ever just put it in the front? Okay, here we go. Written by Leah Williams, art by Carlos Gomez, coloring by Carlos Lopez, and the cover I got is the Art Germ cover. So, Mary Jane has gone solo. She has her own solo series now. After the events of ASM 25 and ASM 29, right before Absolute Carnage, Mary Jane has taken the offer to step back into Hollywood. So she's had to move, and now she's got a career. She's going to be playing the lead in this movie where she's fighting off against various Spider-Man villains. The movie is about Spider-Man, and I'm not sure who she plays, but obviously not herself. So she's in this role, but she doesn't like the dialogue. The dialogue is a bit bad, so she goes to find the director, and given his shady past and his tendency to run away from her, she discovers that the director is actually Mysterio in disguise. But he really wants to make this movie, so Mary Jane is deciding to help him assist with the movie, and that's essentially what goes on in this issue. So, story, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's a bit average. It was okay. There's nothing too extraordinary, but I will say I'm surprised it goes straight into it. Like, this isn't just like a lead up issue to where she's arrived back Hollywood, whatever, and then the final scene is just like her beginning her career again. No, straight into she's already acting, and she already finds out that Mysterio is the one that's directing the film and all that. So I'm surprised they would have tried to build this up, reveal this in like issue number 3 or 4, but no, from the get-go, she already knows Mysterio is in charge of this and all of that. So I will give that. That is a pro for this comic, but other than that, is a bit above average. Art and coloring, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. I think the art and coloring here is definitely good. I didn't particularly have any problems with the art and the coloring. And the cover, I got the beautiful looking Art Germ variant. 5 out of 5 for that. Never go wrong with Art Germ. This is an amazing, beautiful, a great cover. Also, something I will point out, I forgot to add, for the story, I don't know, Lee Williams writing a couple, Spidey and MJ, it's a bit off. It is kind of like millennial-ish in a way, just like at the end, it's just like, hey, let's have a dance party at where we're at, 20-second dance party. It's just like, that doesn't really seem like a Spidey MJ thing. I think the flirting was alright. I think she kind of got the flirting alright. It was a bit too much in parts, but I think, given that they're both technically, time-wise, they've just gone back together, and now they're both in different places, so the relationship, they're trying to keep it alive and such, so kind of, but like, I know the dance party thing was a bit just random. It's like, oh my, awkward, oh, that's so weird, oh my god, am I quirky? But overall, Amazing Mary Jane, above average issue. I really didn't go in with any expectations. I thought it was actually, originally I thought it was actually going to be a bit bad, but it was actually, it's not bad. So moving on to ASM number 32, written by Nick Spencer, the art by Patrick Gleason, the coloring by Matthew Wilson, and the cover up by Ryan Otley and Nathan Fairbairn. Well, that's for the main cover. I got the connecting cover by Arthur Adams and Edgar Delgado. So, Spider-Man 2099 has arrived in present day, but he's been captured. And while this is going on, Peter and his sister Teresa get a fix on Chameleon, who had captured one of Teresa's partners. So he's going down. He's doing a deal with the foreigner. Spidey and Teresa break that up, and then Spidey is saved at the last moment well, not really saved at the last moment. He's actually attacked by Silver Sable of all people. So story, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I think this was good. This is a good setup to the whole Spider-Man 2099 stuff that's going to be happening. I think it was at least a good, solid start to this story. Action, all that was pretty good. Art and coloring, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5 as well. Art and coloring was pretty good. Actually, quite good. I really liked Gleason's art when it comes to like a lot of the action. A lot of the stuff here where it's just like talking is it's okay, but once he gets into the action, Gleason really shines and it shows. The connecting cover, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. It's good art, good coloring in there. And on to Marauders #1, the one of the new X titles, Dawn of X titles, written by Jerry Dugan, the art by Matteo Loli, and coloring by Federico Blee, and the cover by Russell Dorderman and Matthew Wills. So in this whole Dawn of X, where all mutants are allowed on Krakoa, turns out that's not true. Kitty cannot enter the Krakoa portals for some reason, and there are various other portals that have been cordoned off by various governments or organizations. So Kitty has to enter Krakoa by boat, where she meets Iceman and Storm and all that. And Emma gives her a kind of a proposition to lead a new lead the Marauders to help liberate people and help transport mutants to Krakoa if they can't get through portals, much like her situation, or it's blocked off by said organizations or governments. So while this is going on, Bishop is doing his own thing with in Taipei, where he's investigating what's going on with a mutant that was supposed to go into Krakoa through one of the portals but never arrived. So there's something fishy going on there. But Kitty, Storm, Iceman, and Pyro, who is come back. He's no longer dead. He came back, and this is kind of just like brought up and it just happens. It's never touched upon. And we know that from House of Power of X, that Xavier can bring mutants back, but I think he says there it's just I know. Anyway, I was losing my train of thought there. Anyway, Xavier can bring mutants back, but it was something that's never really touched upon. Again, it happens, and it's same here. Pyro's back, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm back," and that's it. It's not really touched upon. But they go to Russia to help. They go to Russia to stop some Russians there that put a perimeter around one of the portals. So they can help other mutants use that portal to get to Krakoa. And there, Kitty decides to lead the Marauders to help liberate mutants, traveling across the seas on her boat as a kind of a pirate, trying to get mutants into Krakoa if they can't get through portals. So, story, I'm going to give it a 3.5. It was above average. It was okay. I don't know why, for some reason, Kitty can't go into Krakoa. Considering Xavier's fine with people like Apocalypse, Sinister, all those kind of people, but some reason Kitty, a very known member of the X-Men, it can't go into Krakoa. It could be Krakoa itself is not letting her in for some reason. I don't know why, but I think overall, I think this was an average start to this series. There is potential there, but it could have been a bit better with issue number 1. Bishop, you only get hints of what he's doing. Storm really doesn't do much at all. Iceman seems to be just the comic relief character. Pyro is just kind of there as well. Could be comic relief as well. But Emma and Kitty are really the main focus, particularly with Kitty. art and coloring, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. I think the art and coloring here was good. Sometimes there's some parts that is like, ooh, looks a bit off, but overall I think the art and coloring was good. And the cover, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5 as well. I think it's a good cover, good art and coloring in that. Decent looking poses. Although I will say with the cover, I honestly thought they de-aged Kitty. She looks younger than she's supposed to be. She looks like a kid. She looks like a kid or almost like a teenager. I think it's just the hairstyle. It doesn't help the whole broken nose, black eye as well. For some reason, it makes her look younger than she is, and it's roughly the same in the book as well, but mainly on the cover, she looks like a kid. I don't know why. Considering I think a lot of people recent years have been used to Kitty with like the short cut hair and actually looking a bit older, not too old, but actually looking older. But I don't know why. It's just something that I noticed that she just looks younger for some reason. So that is it for those three. Thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like if you liked the video. If you want to follow me on social media, my handles are in the outro, and I will see you all next time.